Hello, and welcome along to creating a one-page website in Adobe Muse with your host, Robert Smith. In this part 10, we're going to add some more content. Okay, we're going to add some text, so I might just zoom out a bit. Now, people think you can just go to the desktop and just copy all the assets. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Let's have a look. In the text case, it's quite good. So I'm going to go back to my plan view like that. I'm going to go to the desktop version. I'm going to double click on this page, and I'm going to copy a few of these items. So Apple minus what I need. I'm going to need, just up a bit like this. I'll need this background. I'll need this text, and I'll need that heading and that heading. So I'm just holding the Shift key down to copy all of those. So Command C to copy them. Now back to my plan, up the top up here, phone view or phone layout like that. Double click here and Apple V. I'm simply going to paste those in. Okay, that's a little bit messy, so I'll just move these over here, or move that down a little bit. Now this has got a white background, so I think I might use my browser fill. I've got a white background over the whole site, so to change that I'm going to click anywhere off the page like this. Click on the word browser fill like that, and pick a color. I could have clicked on a little square if I wanted to, and I'll go with this color here. Okay, just so we can see this white background that we applied in the desktop version. Okay, so I'm going to select that and move it up a bit. Now the trick to this is the fonts have got to be a lot bigger than you think they should be. For example, we've got this is about, if I go to my text, it'll tell us it's 36 point text this. So I'll grab this and move this over here like that into the center, and I'll drag it down a little bit. Now that needs to be a lot bigger than that on a mobile phone so you can read it. So I'm just going to drag this white part, move this down, drag this, make it a lot bigger, select the text here, and I'm going to make it over here in the text box 60 point, and I'm going to actually increase the spacing as well, the line spacing. So I do that over here in the text by just clicking on here and making that say 150%, which gives us much wider spacing, but that's a lot easier to read on a mobile phone. So I'm going to grab that, grab the white bit and just drag it down like that to fill the area. It's very important. The typography on a mobile phone is a lot trickier than it looks. Okay, now I'm going to grab this little background here. That needs to be a little bit bigger as well. So I'll drag that out. Grab my branding. I might zoom in a bit so we can see it like this. And I'm going to change the name from, I'll leave that at branding actually. But I'm going to change the point size to about maybe 60 as well, like this, and put it in the middle and zoom out just a little bit. Now I need to add some branding, much the same as the desktop. To do that, I'm going to, there's a couple of ways of doing it. I could just place them again, or I can go back to plan view, go back to my desktop, double click here, and simply select them all by holding the Shift key down, selecting them one at a time and copying them, Command C, and going back to my phone view, double clicking here and just pasting them in, which is great. Now I can just simply grab and drag them under my branding heading like that and move them to the right just a little bit. Okay, let's preview our site. Now we could preview it in a browser, but we do have a preview option over here in Muse. So I'm going to click on preview like this. It's looking good inside a mobile phone. And inside this preview area we have this little icon here which will give us a different orientation. Very nice indeed. Okay, it's looking good like that. Click on here again and we can watch it in a portrait orientation if you like. Okay, let's go back to design and let's add a bit more content. I'm just going to grab this branding by selecting, holding the Shift key down, selecting the word branding, hold the Option and just Shift key and just drag it down here like that to make a copy of it. Now I'm going to go to my text tool and change the word branding to typography. Like that. Now we're going to take a mobile specific approach to showing these images. What people are used to doing is just simply flicking through a page on a mobile phone. So we're just going to, rather than have a light box to display our typography images, let's just create a rectangle like this. We'll give it a fill of none at this stage and a stroke of none as well. We'll go in here, click in here, stroke of none. Great. But what we will do now, we'll click on the word fill and add an image. The image we're going to add is this type 1. Very nice. Open that, and there it is. Now make sure by clicking on that under the transform menu it's 100% width. So it doesn't matter what phone you view it on, this will be 100% of the width. Okay, we'll click on that under fill. Make sure we've got scale to fit in, or we'll go to scale to fill for this one, and open up our box just a little bit, like that. I'm going to move it up a little bit, like that. Then I'm simply going to, let me zoom out a little bit so I can see what we're doing. I'm just going to grab this, hold the Option key down, and drag a copy. Like this. I'm going to select that copy, go to my fill, and this time fill it with type 2. Okay, great. So I'll just move that up a little bit, like this, and zoom out so we can see what's going on. Do the same thing again. In fact, I'll copy both of them. Hold the Shift key down, hold the Option and Shift now, and copy both of them. I need to move up a little bit. And I'm simply going to click on this one, go to fill, and we'll fill it with type 3. And same with this one, fill with type 4. Now, we could keep going forever and ever with this, and this is probably the better way of showing your work under different sections. So let's just zoom out a bit and have a look at the whole page. It's starting to look very good. Okay, I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to preview it like this, looking good. Some text, some images, and then some 100% images underneath that to replace the light box, which is more mobile friendly. Okay, great. Thanks for watching.